Hello, Countake here, back with another Minecraft video. Today, I will be doing a tutorial on this 6x6 slime block door. Let's see the opening and closing. You have to wait for all the pistons to stop, and then you can flick it again. Yeah, that's a downfall with that. So, it's 4 wide, by 11 long, by 14 tall, making it a volume 616. Sorry about that. Let's get out to the tutorial. Okay, what you're gonna want to do is start off in the corner. Then you're gonna, then you want to go down here, and you go 1, 2, 3, and on 3 you place that sticky piston right there. Well, if you're doing this by a door frame, then what you should do, you should have is, it should not be in the center. It should be slightly off the center. There should be a 2 block. So let me do this by door frame. Let me help you out. First of all, these are not going to even be quartz, by the way. They have to be like furnaces, an unmovable block. But I prefer furnaces because you're going to need a furnace or some sort of storage thing in the wall, unfortunately, as I pointed out in my showcase. So if you're doing this, what you're going to want to do is, if you're doing it by the door frame, it should be like, yeah, it should be something like this, and then there's this. What you're going to want to do is, if on one of the corners you're going to want to leave a space, just leave one space for the side, and then do this. Like that. Okay, if I can actually place the pistons correctly. And there you go. And you're probably going to want to replace these with furnaces. And that includes this. And then you're just going to want to do is build 6 high, and then on this side where it's there's like 1. Make sure it's on the side where there's only 1 furnace. If there's 2 furnaces, then you're probably going to mess up with the size. Yeah. And then on the top there's going to be some stuff like this, and some 3 sticky pistons facing downward. So this is what you should have, and place 2 furnaces right there as well. And then on the side, you're gonna want to fill this up with the quartz or your door frame, and then you're gonna do is place a whole bunch of slime blocks right there, which is actually the same amount as this. So pretty much you're putting this but making it a lot taller. Now, what you're gonna want to do is if you're gonna go, I'm pretty sure you would do this from the bottom. So it's like from 1, 2, 3, and then right there, you're gonna want to do on the third. You're gonna place a sticky piston right there, so it should look like that. And then finally, it should be aligned by 1 with this piston. So we go 1, 2, 3. On 4, you face a piston facing upwards, and then just place another piston on top. Make a double extender with a sticky piston facing in direction of the door. I'm sorry that took a little while, but this is what you should have. Okay, let's continue on. So now on the top, align it with this middle center, and then you're gonna go right there. So your lever should be slightly on the left side, and then the center, but the left side. And then what you're gonna want to do is get some, do this. Then you're gonna do that and that. You should have that shape. I know it looks kind of strange. Then what you're gonna want to do is place redstone like so, and 1 down there as well. And finally, going to place 2-tick repeater on the one that's on the lower side, and then one on the top one. You're going to place a 4-tick repeater. Now on both sides of this lever, you're going to want to put You're gonna want to put this lever here, and then you're gonna want to do is on this side. I'm gonna get some yellow wool. I don't need the lever anymore. You're gonna do is place a 4-tick repeater and a 3-tick. And then right above those 4 and 3-tick repeaters, you're gonna run a redstone wire, like so. I might sneeze. Okay. On this redstone wire, make sure it's aligned with this redstone wire. Make sure the sticky piston is aligned with this redstone wire. Place a block on it. Then what you're gonna want to do is build this. Make sure it's 1 block under this, and then yeah. And then what you're gonna want to do is get out a redstone block, go under, place sticky piston with a redstone block, then place that with a redstone. Make sure it's on the second to last piston, and just make sure that this redstone goes into this piston, and the block is on this one. Now, this would still work with this bottom one, sticky piston, because updates. Since this redstone is powering this block, which is also powering this piston, since it's a diagonal, or whatever you call that, I believe it's diagonal. This is receiving power diagonally to this piston. What this would do is that it would first probably power this piece to first, but since this gets updated, it's slightly delayed and then gets powered. But luckily enough, you don't have to. The delay is not so obvious. So yeah, that's the side. And now, when you're gonna go to the, you're gonna go over here, which is gonna be your bottom part. You're gonna want to do is place a hopper like so. You don't really need to be a hopper. No, yeah, it should be a hopper. Then just place redstone wire across like so. Then bring it down, and make sure that's a half slab. That's quite important, actually. Bring it down over here. Go like so, and then what you're gonna want to do is fill up this side with blocks until you get to this bottom piston. Then what you're going to want to do is place a redstone block, and then another block, and then a block right. Make an air gap right there, and place a normal piston. So right now your side should look like this. Okay, now for the actual bottom closing, you're going to do is go right here, bring it around. But before I bring it around, I'm going to want to do is on this piston, you're going to want to place a block. Then right here, you're going to do is place another block. Then what you're going to want to do is place a 4-tick repeater with going into a redstone dust. Then what you're going to want to do is right behind this repeater, place a block, an unmovable block, and then another unmovable block above it. Now, what you're going to want to do is place this repeater going into this block. Then you're going to want to do is build this like so. So then you're going to do that and that. This block is very important because this top needs to power this repeater. And if these are connected, it can't power this, and also it won't even be able to power this since this one is not even going into that block. Now what you're going to want to do is place that and place redstone all the way until right here. You're going to place a block right there, then a repeater. Yeah. Okay. So stuff done. Okay, for your next circuit, you're going to want to do is go back to the top and find this redstone that has been untouched. It should be on the side with the 2 furnaces, and then what you're going to want to do is place a block going into a 2-tick repeater, and then you're going to do is build this thing right here. and you're going to want to do under that half slab, you're going to place a sticky piston with a block. Now you might say, oh no, that's going to put this over the push limit. Yes, I know, but what's going to happen is that this is going to extend before this extends. So either way, it would still work. And I was so lucky that this is always extended when this piston needs to extend first. So I was very lucky with that. And now under here, you're gonna want to do is place a redstone dust. Should be from this 2-tick repeater, and then right there you're gonna want it to go into a repeater on 1 tick, and that should go into an unmovable block because this slime block here, and that don't go into that furnace. You want to do is place a redstone there, then go down 1, place an unmovable block, place another one that goes down, and this can be quite important. You need to put a half slab there just to be sure, because sometimes this would cause an update for this block. Cause an update with this, making this last longer than a 1-tick pulse, which it should be 1-tick pulse. So yeah, now you're going to want to do is place that, and then go over here and place a 2-tick repeater. Was it 2? No, okay, 1-tick repeater. And then right up here, you should do this, and this should be like that. And then I think it was this. I'm getting this all wrong. Yeah, I don't remember this too well. It's been quite a while. And then you're going to want to do is it goes into a sticky piston with a redstone block. Now, what you're going to want to do is get a normal piston, because this is going to be updating the sticky piston under it. And then what you're going to want to do is place a redstone block right there. Now, what you're going to want to do is, like so, go up and about. Yeah, up and about. And this has to be a half slab, because there's going to be a not dispenser, dropper right here. And then this should go right here and here and here. I don't think you need the hopper anymore. Well, right now. If you want, you can get a torch right now and place it on this block next to this half slab. And then what you're going to want to do is go right here, right where this redstone wire is, and you're going to want to do is place a half slab right there, and then place blocks going over here. And you should do this with a 1-tick repeater going off. Sorry, I don't remember this too well. It should go like this, and it goes to. Oh, I think it should go like that. If you want to be safe and play it safe, you can do this. But if you want to conserve, I believe you could do that. Let me check it out. Oh no. Wait, what? Oh wait, maybe. Oh, it's probably this. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't remember this too well. Again, yeah, once again. You're gonna put that at 2 ticks, and then what this should do is that it should at least extend these 2 pistons. Now, and then you're gonna want to do is place a block right next to that redstone block. And this is quite important, because if you put a redstone there just by itself, you're gonna have some problems. Because it might just power this again. But and then you're just gonna want to redirect that, bring it over like so. Yeah, like that. And oh yes, here's the part where I cheated. Guess you could say cheated. So what you want to do is place two sand blocks right there, and then right on the second sand block, you're gonna want to do is place a movable block with a comparator going, and then inside this comparator, you're gonna want to put any item. It can be any item. Okay. Now, there's a couple things left to do, and it's not that much, don't worry. I'm gonna actually go back up to the top, I'm sorry. What you're gonna want to do is get out a torch, place it right where this wire is. This color will, and then what you're gonna want to do is get a dropper and a hopper. Now, not facing upward, facing out to that side like that. And it should be like this. This should go into that, and then that should go like that. And I believe that should be 2 ticks. Yep, I was correct. And then you're going to want to do is place an item inside of this blue wall. Any item, because it uses a repeater right after that comparator. And then right here, oh, wait. I almost forgot something extremely important, and if I forgot it, then it would be a disaster. You're going to want to do is do that. This thing wouldn't even fire if I forgot about it. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is get a dropper hopper thing, and do this, which then goes into a block, which then goes into this block, and like so. Excuse me, it should look like this. Now what we're going to want to do is go over here, get a bunch of, place a block right there, and half slabs. Yeah, and what I do is place a sticky piston with a block. So the sticky piston should be right next to this, and then what you're going to want to do is, actually, maybe this has to be a wooden shovel. Yeah, wooden shovel. Or a stackable, an unstackable, I keep forgetting, unstackable item. Make sure it's an unstackable item so that it would reach at least three redstone wires, and then go, yeah, and then it would go here and update this bit. So yeah, let me test it. Okay, when you flick your lever, you should see this. And when you flick it again, you should see this. So yeah, that's about enough for now. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Messed up on that outro.